Hi, my name is Anne-Marie, and one thing I've always struggled with is consistency. A couple weeks ago, I used to have a journal and I would write in a few words I wanted to focus on for the year. And as I was thinking of making this video, I vaguely remembered one of the words that I wrote, and I was like, surely not. And I found the journal, and one of the main words for that year was consistency. So this is something I have been trying to master for a really long time, and it's only become this year where I felt like, okay, I feel like I can actually be consistent at things. I feel like I am being consistent at things, and I just wanted to share those ideas because they've made me really excited. Somebody who is historically not consistent, now I'm being consistent, and it's like everything finally makes sense. And the few ideas I'll be sharing in this video, I'll just share them now, like the list, and then you can skip through if you want to learn about particular ideas, or you can watch them as I speak. The first idea is looking at the year in blocks. So one thing I really learned that was exciting was a 12-week year. The next idea is setting tempo systems and goals. The next is knowing about seasons and prioritizations, and one thing I've newly implemented in my calendar is catch-up days. So let's get right into it. The 12-week year, basically you break the year into 12 weeks instead of looking at it as a whole year. So instead of making big goals for the whole year in January and then you forget about them by December, you're trying to get them done in the last few months of the year. What this really focuses in, you look at the year in 12-week blocks, and you have small goals, 1 to 3 each week. You write down actions you're going to do towards your goals, and at the end of each week you evaluate, you do a reflection, like what's going well, what's not going well, and you adjust according to that. And that has been super helpful to me as somebody who'd make big goals and then I'd struggle to find time to do them, or I'd struggle to do them consistently. Now I just do a 12-week year type thing, and then each week I have goals, I reflect, and I move on. So it's like I'm constantly thinking and working about my goals in small ways. The next idea I want to talk about is having simple systems and routines, and this has been a big change. Instead of just having big goals like, oh, I want to read the Bible in a year, or I want to exercise every day, I would actually get my calendar out and write down all my routines, my morning routine, my afternoon routines, my work routines, this and that, and in between there I would book in times where I would do these things. One thing that has helped at the moment is going to the gym. There are times where I struggle, there are times where I'm not really consistent. In the seasons that I am consistent, I always go to the gym a bit earlier, I read my Bible, and then I exercise, and then in that way I'm exercising both my spiritual health and my physical health, and which has really helped. Another idea I want to talk about is just knowing about seasons and priorities. I think this has been the biggest change, or the biggest way that I have really learned to understand consistency, is knowing that there are different seasons and each season has its own priorities. So at the beginning of this year, there was a lot going on. I went on a trip into the States and I came back straight to work, so there hasn't really been time to have a proper break. So in this seasons, my goals have been very simple, and one of good example I can think of is I'm trying to get back into meal prepping. I'm trying to get back into exercising consistently. Last year I was consistent right now, at the beginning of the day, because of the season I'm in, because of my priorities, traveling and trying to stay on top of work. It has been hard. So one thing I've done this year, instead of this month in January, instead of just focusing on meal prepping and exercising at the same time, I've realized that there's a lot of other things going on, and I've just had a look at meal prepping, just working to make sure every week I meal prep for the year, not the year, for the week ahead, because that's a priority in this season that I am particularly busy in January. And then next month I will be working on being consistent in, obviously meal prepping will continue, and then I will put on top of that, exercise. In the past, I would have just been not even regard this season I'm in and try to do everything all at once. So in the past, what I would do is I'll try to do meal prepping and exercising all in once. I come back from interstate, I was busy with work. I'll try to do everything, and then I would fail, and then I'd be like, I'm just not a consistent person. No, I just did not understand that seasons and in each season has priorities. So I think that's been the biggest shift in my mind. And another idea I really want to talk about is having catch-up days in my calendar. So a lot of my goals are weekly or things I want to do every week, and there are days where, of course, it's a different season or priorities is shifting and it's very busy. So within the month, I have a few days. Obviously, I have days where I'm at work. I have days where I'm just blocked in my calendar to rest or to catch up with friends and family. And then I have days where it's just like catch up days, like I have admin days too, where I just sort out all my life administration things. And then I have days where it's like catch-up days for all my goals, where I literally have a whole day. I go to the library, I put my earphones in, and I just work on all my goals. So if it's Bible reading, and that week I was very busy and I didn't just get to read my Bible as much as I wanted to, I would just go to the library. Obviously, I pray, and then I start reading for however long I need. Yeah, and these ideas have really, really helped me to just understand that being consistent, it doesn't have to look like, it's every day I'm doing the routines, or it doesn't even have to look like every week or every month. Just understanding that I can be in a different seasons, have different habits, and still be consistent. And that has really helped me. So I hope you picked something from this video. I will add in the description below a few links or videos to people who explain these ideas way better than I did that can help you to implement. Here, I kind of just went on a rant, but I just wanted to say have a good rest of your day and thank you for watching.